My name is Michael. I am the author of Young Offender, a husband and a dad of 2 beautiful daughters. I'm also an ex-convicted armed robber. I grew up on a council estate in Isleworth. It was a really difficult period as a young boy because I'd experienced physical abuse, neglect, mum was an alcoholic, dad had left. My mum's youngest brother, Tommy, came over from Ireland as well, and he was taken in as a very young boy and was physically and sexually abused. He passed a lot of that abuse on to me from the age of sort of 5. You think, okay, if this is what the people that love you do to you, then what is everyone else in the world going to do to you? I made this decision then, I'm not going to survive unless I have some sort of coping mechanism in the middle of this. I just started being really naughty, disruptive, unpredictable, and it was my way of keeping everyone at arm's length. Year 8, I discovered alcohol and drugs and started hanging about with the older kids in my community. At age 15, I was in the sort of ranks of a local gang. I acquired an imitation firearm and decided I was going to commit armed robberies to make money, and that was basically my first offence, was armed robbery and possession of firearms at the age of 15. The first time I went to prison, I'd just turned 16. I'd already had the firearms charge and the armed robbery charge. I narrowly escaped prison. 2 weeks after, me and the guys from my neighbourhood, we went out. Our council estate is right next to Twickenham Rugby Stadium. You would have lots of loud, rowdy, drunk rugby guys who were very different from us. One of the guys in my gang, someone said a racial comment to him. It resulted in this rugby fan getting stabbed in the face and the throat. The police arrested all of us. And so I ended up doing a length of time in prison for my friend because I refused to grass on him. I think the worst moment for me was probably Feltham Young Offenders when I was 18. I was on the detox wing and I was detoxing from heroin addiction. And just deciding in that moment, I actually can't do this anymore. And I'm just gonna kill myself. You know, making a noose and hanging myself in my prison cell. During that time, the prison reached out to my mum to say to my mum, look, your son almost died. And my mum come to visit me and we started talking, and she basically said to me, you know, I didn't want to tell you until I was serious about this, but I'm 2 months sober. And I just burst into tears. The one thing I really wanted was just one person to be there, one sober person to be there for me emotionally. That was like a defining moment for me. It was like, maybe this tough guy image you've been projecting for so long isn't really you. I knew when I get released, I'm gonna try and take a different path. I wanted to change. Although I never drank and used drugs every day, they're getting in my way of changing my life and making me a better person. And so I decided to get sober, and that for me was the foundation of all the growth, all the success I've had. Been, you know, sober 12 years now. What I've achieved in 12 years, it's mind-blowing for me. I've worked with a fellowship called the Mankind Project, done lots of training with them. I've done stuff with a company called Clear Mind International. I've done the 12-step program. I helped lots of people. I've done a Tony Robbins course. It's all about, you know, giving back to the people that need it. And there's a lot of people that need it. I still have to pinch myself sometimes when I think about having a business, being an author. Like, this is where I live. This life was not written for me. And thankfully, through the work I've done on myself, I've been able to achieve all this stuff. More than my past is, for me, is in society, and particularly in the UK, we tend to sort of label people as a leopard will never change its spots, and once you've done certain things in your younger years, you're sort of labelled as a criminal or a chav or wrong. And for me, this is like, actually, you know, you can change, anyone can change. No matter how bad it's got, even if you've gone right to the gates of hell, the depths of insanity, you can change, you know. And I think for me, sharing my story with you guys, I just want to emphasize that, is that change is possible. And here I am, I'm living proof.